my clit, to take me the rest of the way. But he broke off our kiss and bit my bottom lip lightly, just enough to let me know he was in charge. "Not yet, Katie. Not until I give you permission." Permission? How dare he? I dripped all over his fingers. My pussy clenched and he pulled back, thrusting twice more, ever so careful to keep his hand away from my clit. I moaned in frustration and he nibbled at my jaw. "That's the sound I want to hear from you." He fingered my clit once, with a swift, light touch that just drove me higher. I whimpered and he returned to take my lips, speaking against them as his fingers moved in and out of my wet pussy gently now, so damn slowly I wanted to cry. He kissed me hard, then unwrapped my legs from his waist, then moved lower. Letting go of my wrists, he knelt in front of me and lifted my skirt to my waist. My lace panties he simply shoved to the side as he held me in place with one hand on my abdomen. The other he used to spread me open for his mouth. "Oh, shit," I murmured, staring at his dark head between my thighs, feeling his hot breath fan over my pussy. I should tell him to stop. We were in the damn hallway of a bar. True, a back hallway, but anyone could walk in at any moment. I should behave like a proper professional and tell him no. Tell him to wait until we were somewhere more private, more... He sucked my clit into his mouth and flicked the nub with his tongue, and I tangled my fingers in his hair. Head back, I didn't realize I'd closed my eyes until I heard a soft chuckle coming from my right. Shocked, I turned to find the hot cowboy I'd met on the plane earlier watching us, with an interested glow in his eyes. He leaned against the wall, arms crossed. How long had he been watching? Too shocked to move, instead, I whimpered as my clit was released, then sucked back into Sam's mouth. Did he know we weren't alone? If he did, he was just too damn skilled to even think about being ashamed. Pushing at his head, I wanted him to move away. Then with one little flick of his tongue, I tugged in his hair, holding him closer. I was on the brink, teetering on the edge of my orgasm. The cowboy smiled and closed the distance. The hallway felt crowded. No, I felt crowded with two men paying very close attention to me. One guy had his head between my legs and making me come with just his tongue. The other blocking out the world with his broad shoulders. He lifted his hand to my cheek, then stroked his thumb over my bottom lip. "I see you've met my cousin." "Cousin?" He grinned, then kissed me, hot, wet, and deep as Sam worked my wet pussy with his tongue, pushing me right over and into an earth-shattering orgasm. As Sam got me off, his cousin Jack stifled my screams with a kiss. I was in deep, deep trouble here. Chapter 1. Catherine. 10 hours earlier. "This is the captain speaking. We're in line for takeoff, but as you can see out the window, the weather isn't playing nice, and the tower has put a ground stop on all flights. Not sure exactly how long this thunderstorm will hold us up. Looks like we'll be here for at least a half an hour, folks. We'll keep you posted." Great. Peeking out the airplane's small window, I could see the roiling charcoal gray clouds that prevented us from leaving Denver. I dashed from one gate to the far distant commuter area to reach my connecting flight in time, only to be waylaid like this on the tarmac? I glanced at my watch, then sighed. I didn't have time for this. Hell, I didn't have time to go to Montana, but I was going just the same. Leaning back into the uncomfortable headrest, I shut my eyes and tried to breathe away my frustrations. I was up half the night finishing the depositions that had to be filed this morning, then spent another 2 hours closing out as many emails as possible. By the time I'd finished that, I still had to pack. I had nothing that was appropriate for the Wild West, besides a pair of jeans and running shoes, so after an hour of fretting, I just threw a little bit of everything into a bag. I'd slept a measly 2 hours when the alarm went off at 4:30, only to find the bridge from Manhattan to Queens was having overnight repairs and the traffic was backed up. Then, airport security was long and I'd suffered the up-close and personal pat-down because of the titanium pins in my leg.